welcome back to Get Up. I almost caught you, Brandon. Almost caught you.
Catch Brandon.
Almost caught him. Let's get back. How about Wizards visiting those Lakers? No Luka Doncic. He's serving that one-game tech for that 16th technical foul that he got. This is first quarter. Look, LeBron James.
Okay. Little turn back the hands of time.
LeBron must have drank some Celsius last night.
I can't drink those.
He was dunking, jumping everywhere. Lakers up by 1. By the way, Austin Reeves had 9 assists at the half. This is the second quarter. And Jackson Hayes.
Come on now.
Attacking the rim.
Hayes.
Hey, the Lakers went on a do that again.
Hayes.
11-0 run. LeBron James again. Lakers were up 21. I get it. It is the Wizards. Mm-hmm. It is the Wizards. Mm-hmm. This is the fourth quarter here. Another this. Look, LeBron, I'm just going to rebound, walk slowly, and then I'm going to shoot this three in you out.
I mean, he was having one of those type of nights.
He had a triple-double, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Lakers win it 120 to 101. LeBron recorded his third triple-double this season, his fifth since turning 40. The only other player in NBA history with a triple-double at 40 or older, Karl Malone, did it for the Lakers. That was back in 2003. Okay, biggest takeaway from that triple-double you saw out of LeBron James last night?
LeBron can do this. I'm not, I get it, the number and the history and all that, and shout out to him continuing to add to his decades-long now book of his career accolades, but he could do this in spurts. It's about consistency, and it's about what works best for this Lakers squad. There was no Luka Doncic. That's a huge part of what happened last night, and as you mentioned, the Wizards are a team headed for the lottery, right? But the thing this season that has been revealed about them statistically is when Doncic, Reeves, and James were on the floor together. Previously, it was not working until LeBron accepted the role as sort of that third guy and was willing to use his basketball IQ to set up his colleagues and just be more of an amoeba as opposed to a scorer.
Okay, so why do you think, though, Wendy, you said we're going to learn a lot about the Lakers here in the next coming week. Tell me why.
Brian, they've had a terrific month, and they put themselves in great shape for the number 3 seed. I'm almost giving them a lock that they're going to have it. Their relative standing in the league, that's what we're going to learn about in this next week, okay? So they played tonight. Both teams are on back-to-backs. The Cavs rested Max Strus and Jared Allen last night against the Jazz, so I'm expecting them to be relatively strong tonight. Now look at these games Thursday and then next Tuesday. Look, you want to know where the Lakers are. You want to know if they can make a run, if they can do something. How are they going to fare against the Thunder? And no back-to-backs there. The Thunder want to win. They want to hold that number 1 seed. That's going to be a real litmus test. We know the Lakers are in this. They're a contender. How real are they? Ask me after next Tuesday.
Okay, so ESPN Analytics gives the Lakers basically an 83% chance to secure that 3 seed. How important is that for them to secure that 3 seed, you think?
Yeah, well, they're going to get it, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, this gives them home court in the first round. And look, in theory, when I started talking about the 3 seed about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was figuring that was going to be the Spurs. And between the Spurs and the Thunder, the team you wanted to play is the Spurs. I'm not sure I can say that anymore, to be honest with you. So, look, you definitely want the 3. They've earned it, but again, if they go head-to-head with I don't care if they lose both games to the Thunder. If they go head-to-head with the Thunder and demonstrate they can compete with them for 48 minutes, I'm going to have an answer to that question. If they get manhandled by the Thunder, I'm going to have a different answer to it. I am so impressed with the way the Lakers have improved their defense and figured out how to put their big 3 together. I don't want to take anything off the table for them right now, but I do want to see how these Thunder games go.
I know you talked about how young the Spurs are, especially when we talk about the postseason. But how delicious would a Lakers-Spurs hypothetical second-round matchup in the postseason be?
That's exciting. Well, I think it's exciting because of the star power in that matchup. I think the advantage in that instance goes to the Spurs, though. The Lakers, one of the things that has been consistent, and while Jackson Hayes, DeAndre Ayton are starting to put it together, one of the things that has been consistent is just a size issue for the Spurs, and that's not just the Victor Wembanyama piece. I think when Keldon Johnson comes on the floor, he gives the Spurs physicality at that position as well. They immediately become a little bit smaller, but he's held his own. So that would be fun, but I don't like the Lakers' chances.
Ooh, how about that? Let's go to the East. Let's talk about the Celtics taking on the Hawks. Celtics, no Jason Tatum. Second leg of a back-to-back, so he was getting a rest. How about Jaylen Brown, though? This is the first quarter. Jaylen Brown for 3. Celtics up 6 at this point. Under 7 to play in the second. Look at this block by Charles Bassey. And then Derek White, corner 3. It's good. We're tied up at 54 at the half. The block, and they turn it into points. Third quarter, all tied at 60. Jalen Johnson to Dyson Daniels. Sometimes you got to make a business decision. They thought wrong there, Derek White. Hawks up 2. Few possessions later, Johnson, the runner. He had 20 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. He is such a good player. All-star as well. Under 3 to play. Jaylen Brown, pull up 3. It's good. That cuts the deficit to 8. 30 seconds later, Brown again. 3, good. Celtics still trailing by 8. He had 29 and 10 next possession. How about the old head, C.J. McCollum?
Steady.
C.J. McCollum.
Rock steady.
How about the Hawks, man?
This highlight was so misleading. It was all Celtics, but actually,
yeah,
it was the Hawks.
This is the Hawks. 112, 102, they get the win. Hey, Celtics now sit 4 games behind the Pistons for that number 1 seed in the East. Of course, the Pistons took that loss last night. However, Knicks, Cavs just 2-3 games back, respectively, of Boston, with all 3 teams having exactly 7 games left in the regular season. Okay, Wendy, so looking at the teams basically chasing the Celtics in the standings, would the 4 seed you think be better, a better landing spot than the 3 seed to avoid basically Boston in that second round?
Yeah, so first off, let me sound a bit of an alarm.
Thank you, Wendy.
Jason Tatum was named Eastern Conference Player of the Week yesterday.
How about that?
That's not good for the Eastern Conference that Jason Tatum is being termed the hottest guy in the conference. All right, moving on. The 4 seed is going to be something we're going to watch over this next 2 weeks, okay? Detroit obviously has been impressive all year, but Detroit is less scary right now than Boston. And I'm not taking anything away from Detroit. I am just sounding the alarm on how good Tatum is starting to look, okay? So the question is, when the Cavs and Knicks, and the Knicks have been dominated by the Pistons this year, but do the Cavs and Knicks try to manipulate things to try to get in that 4 seed? The Knicks have the tiebreak. The Cavs have the easier schedule. If you project it, I think that BPI is projecting the Cavs to move to 3. But will the Cavs play that way? Now, they have a game tonight in LA that they could punt, but it looks like they're not going to. We'll wait later for their injury report. But more importantly, they have 2 games next week with the Atlanta Hawks. Cavs play the Hawks twice next week. Those are games that the Hawks are going to be highly incentivized to win to stay out of the play-in. If the Cavs want to manipulate their position and stay in 4 so that they're away from the Celtics and the Knicks on that side of the bracket, they could do it. This is not the last time you're going to hear me talk about this in the next 10 days.
You talked about the Hawks there, and if you look at, the Hawks are basically the 6th seed, but they've won 8 of their last 10 games.
Yeah.
Are we talking about a sneaky first-round contender here?
Yeah, and I actually think it goes deeper than that because I was looking at the Hawks schedule last night, BC, and it's like 16 of 18. Like they've been on a roll. I do think that that's one that's a little bit sneaky. We started today's show talking about the Detroit Pistons and the way that they were able to defend against Cade Cunningham. One thing about the Hawks under Quinn Snyder, even though they were operating around Trae Young in the past, they've got guys on the perimeter that they believe can put the straps on. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, like Onyeka Okongwu to that degree, like they are starting to click differently, and just historically, right now will be Knicks 3-6. That could be a series that maybe is a little bit more tight than people would have anticipated, just in terms of the recent history of that particular matchup.
And Kuminga, don't forget about him. Couldn't get no run in Golden State. All of a sudden has come to Atlanta and playing really well for them. Talking about momentum, let's talk about the women's college basketball game. Let's run the floor with Monica McNutt. Hey, Texas, they clinched the spot in the Final Four. Absolute beatdown of Michigan last night. Okay, Monica, you think the Longhorns, they got an edge against UCLA, you think, in the next round? Because, they did beat them by double digits back in November.
I don't know that I buy that just yet. I love Madison Booker. I think this group, Roy Harmon and company, was playing very poised, but I think this is going to be a battle. I think UCLA wants more out of their team in this moment than they got last year, which means the supporting cast shows up for Lauren Betts.
Okay, let's go to South Carolina. Took care of TCU, had a dominant fourth quarter. They're going to face UConn in the Final Four. Monica, can South Carolina challenge the unbeaten Huskies for a spot in the final, you think?
Joyce Edwards versus Sarah Strong. Sign me up for this one. I'm really excited. I do think South Carolina can challenge. Yes, I think same thing with conversation we sort of have on the NBA side, there's less wiggle room. But if you can keep UConn to a low-scoring game, if you can force their supporting cast to kind of not show up so much and put a lot of pressure on Strong and Fudd in particular, you're going to give yourself a chance. We've seen UConn beat in ball games to like halftime through this tournament, through the last two matchups, then they kind of push the gas in the third quarter.
I want to talk more to you about UConn, but you look at South Carolina, second team ever to make 6 straight Final Fours. Raven Johnson, the only player on that South Carolina roster to experience the Final Four in every year of her collegiate career.
Yeah.
3-year starter.
She's fantastic.
UConn, this team we're seeing right now, best UConn team ever.
I'm not going to go there just yet. I think there's a team that had Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi and Swin Cash on it. I do think this is one of their better teams. And even since that group that I just mentioned, that Stewie Fee team that also had an undefeated run, like that team was pretty good as well. But Sarah Strong has just been so incredible. And you look at the point differential for this particular group compared to some of those groups that I just mentioned.
And the one you're talking about, the 2015, 2016, that was Stewie and Nafisa Collier.
They're right now. This group is in that class. They're definitely in that conversation. We know at UConn, shout out to Dan O, like the undefeated run is the first thing that people look at when they start talking about their great team. So they got that part.
By the way, the Final Four is set. You got the women's side. You saw that, South Carolina, UConn, and then you've got UCLA and Texas. This is going to be great. All right, coming up, wait till you hear what Mike McCarthy